much like a lot of students coming right out of high school are joining.
The application process in itself was actually really easy, but it was really daunting.
I would say if talking to Dr. Brandis is too intimidating, then trying to talk to a Lineburgers fellow, because that's how I started. I talked to a couple of friends at that time and really did not know about Lineburgers Fellows program, because it's very indeed privileged program to be part of.
When I applied to the Lineburger Fellows, I actually got in after my first semester in school, so mine was a little bit different, but I just got an email and then I had to write a paper where I talked about my passions and what I wanted to do. And then I just went through an interview process and then I was accepted.
They choose, I think it was maybe 60 applicants out of that 100.
And then after we submitted the application, we went through an interview process. And I remember I was interviewed by about 3 different people from the Leadership Council in the Lineburger Fellows. And it was really just like an informal interview where they asked me questions, got to know me as a person, as a student. And it was a really laid back atmosphere. And then afterwards, there was an evaluation process with their essays. And then I finally got my acceptance about maybe a week after the internship, the interview process that we went through.
They chose 7 out of that 60, so yeah.
It's just take a matter of, are you willing to try? I think that I would encourage everyone to give a try, no matter how hard it is, no matter where you are in the status of study, because you never know. You never know.
So I've received a lot of different support over the years from the Lineburger Fellows program, but I think the one that really impacted me the most was actually the summer funding that I received this past summer. So I actually did an internship in Washington, D.C. through a Corral Fellows program, and the Lineburger Fellows actually provided me with funding so I could use that to buy like groceries, toiletries, any of those outside monetary things that I needed. And it was really great to have that because I ended up not only receiving funding from the fellows and from the program that I did. I also had like my own money that I was able to spend, but ultimately I think I ended up spending less than $200 for out of pocket, and pretty much the entire program was fully funded over the summer.
So one unique thing that I got to do with the Lineburger Fellows is go on a trip with my brother around the country where I was able to interview park rangers and actually put that all into a blog, and I was able to get that entire trip. We camped for 3 weeks in different national parks. We went to 21 states, and I got my entire portion of that trip paid for by the Lineburger Fellows. So
some really cool experiences that I've had with Lineburger Fellows trips and things, particularly last year actually, just a year ago. Some of us took a trip to New York City. We were able to, it was a small group, it was about maybe 10 of us in total. We went with 2 professors here on campus, Dr. Pope and Dr. Weinkamp. And they just took us to explore the city. We got to visit a couple of museums. We got to see 2 Broadway shows, which were really, really cool. And it was a really nice experience. We got some funding for it, so it was really nice to be able to experience the city in a way that was at a reduced price for us, and we got to like really get to know each other and have that camaraderie with us in a city.
So a lot of students are nervous when it comes to summer because we know we have to advance our professional profile, but we might not know exactly what opportunities are available for us to do that. For a student like me, as an English major, the avenues aren't exactly clear and they're very broad. There's a lot of different avenues you can take. So Dr. Brandis is actually a wealth of knowledge about this sort of thing, and he has an extensive network of connections, and so he was really able to help me narrow down my choices. He told me to pick a field that I'm interested in, and the one that I chose was actually journalism, and he told me to look at magazines near home or around the state or newspapers and to see internships that are available for them. And if there's no obvious internships available, like on their website, I can email people. And so that's what I did. I actually emailed the owner of Cabarrus magazine, and I reached out, asked for a meeting, and then I met with him, dressed, business casual or whatever, and presented myself, my credentials, and I got it. And I worked as a writer for Cabarrus magazine, which has about 50,000 readers, and I published 3 articles.
This summer, the fellows allowed me to go down to Wilmington, North Carolina to shadow a general and vascular surgeon. I got to shadow about 20 different surgeries and it was an amazing experience. It allowed me, the fellows gave me financial support to pay for food, gas, all the expenses that go along with traveling, and I learned so much from it, and it allowed me to get a professional development opportunity that I otherwise wouldn't have gotten without the fellows' help. And I just want to thank the fellows profusely for allowing me to do this and giving me the financial support for this.
So this past summer, I got to travel to Peru, and the Lineberger Fellows assisted me on my mission trip, and I would like to thank them for their encouragement and their assistance. And so while we were there, we got to feed families for up to a month. We got to go to several different orphanages and play with tons and tons of kids. And then to finish our trip, we were able to go sightseeing, and we got to go to Machu Picchu.
This upcoming May, I have the opportunity to travel to Ireland with 6 of the other Lineberger Fellows through a gracious scholarship of the Lineberger Fellows program that makes it possible for me to do that. And I'm super excited for that. We'll get to experience some of the theater, culture, and atmosphere in Ireland, which will be really great.
We've been able to go to many different places. We went whitewater rafting, which was super fun, and we went to the mountains and we got to go hiking, as well as talk about the book that we read, which was really fun. And for my summer professional development opportunity, I went to an occupational therapist in Roanoke, and I was able to shadow her for a week and just learn a lot more about the program and about the daily life for an occupational therapist.
This past summer I was able to get my EMT certification thanks to the summer funding from the Lineberger Fellows program as well. And they also help pay for a passport to make the cost of going abroad even cheaper.
So yeah, I consider Dr. Brandes to be my friend. And also I kind of see him being a father figure in my life, because I don't have a dad. So Dr. Brandes, he's actually really unique.
Dr. Brandes, I actually sort of knew him a little bit already coming in because my brother was a Lineberger Fellow before I came in. And so I had an idea of how he was like, but he's actually been really, really great. He's been super supportive throughout the years that I've been here. Anytime I have a question or concern, or I think about like changing my life course, he's always there to give, listen and give me feedback and really just support me in anything that I want to do. And he's really someone that I've come to respect and admire a lot here on campus.
He really is really passionate about all the students, and he gets really invested in you. If he'll ever see a link or an article about something that reminds him of me, like about national parks or something, he always emails it to me. When I was doing my blog over the summer on my trip, he would email me these long emails about how my blog was, like, I was doing a great job. And so he really is invested in us, and not just us as like a number or a person in his organization. He sees us as people.
As you get to know him, he's honestly like the biggest teddy bear you will ever meet. Like, he is just the most down-to-earth individual ever. And there's not, anything that I can't talk to him about.
So through the time that I've been in Lineberger Fellows, it's been about a year, I have been able to do a lot of the fun events with a lot of my friends who were also in the program. So some of the things that we've been able to do is, on the retreat, we went to go see the sunrise one morning.
The friendships I've made through the Lineberger Fellows program have been deep and really fun ones. I see people around campus and that are part of the program too, and they'll just greet me in such an exuberant way. I just feel so much love and inclusion on the campus. And the Lineberger Fellows provides me with a group of people to hang out with outside of academic activities.
I've been very thankful for a lot of the friendships that I've been able to make through the Lineberger Fellows program, not only within my class of students, but within other classes. So I'm now friends with people through all the groups and ages at Lenoir-Rhyne, and I've been able to meet people that I otherwise wouldn't have been able to meet through the program. And we all share common goals in that we want to do professional development things. We all have things we're aspiring to do after college, such as graduate school or medical school, and we all strive to get good grades and support each other in as many ways as possible.
Yeah, I've definitely made a lot of friendships over the years, especially with the cohort that I came in with. We've all become really, really close. We've gotten to know each other over the past couple of years. But even just the new members that we've had come in, it's been really great getting to know them. And it's really nice to have those connections throughout all the different classes here on campus, because it's really, I think, impacted the way that I've gotten to know people. And just having those connections even after they graduate has been really great, and being able to connect with them and see how their careers have panned out.
So my future plan is to become a physician's assistant.
I really want to be a park ranger in a national park, and I really just am passionate about the environment and its impact on people and their health, and just kind of I want to educate people on the importance of getting outside and especially exploring our public lands, because they are very important.
So after I graduate, I plan to go to graduate school and get my master's in clinical mental health counseling, and hopefully either work with like a non-profit or somewhere in a hospital environment.
My future plans are to become a physician's assistant, and so I hope to attend the Lenore Rhines PA school. The Fellows Program has helped me do that through summer funding and through professional development opportunities to build my resume and make it as strong as possible for when I'm applying to those programs.
When people say Elor, I would think of family.